Another song analysis video. This one is by my main man Juvenile. That's right, 400 Degrees from the Noia. So Juvenile is one of my favorite rappers ever. I first started listening to him about 98 when the 400 Degrees came out. I ended up going back and buying Soldier Rags when they re-released it. And man, he really became one of my favorite rappers in a short period of time. And this song it was released on an album called 600 Degrees, which I don't think was on a major label. It might have even been like just released independently or kind of like a mixtape. But basically what happened was around 2001, 2002, Juvenile left Cash Money Records. And at first it seemed like cooler heads would prevail. Apparently there was some quotes saying that Cash Money didn't have any beef with any former Cash Money artists, and Juvenile was washing his hands clean of the situation. But then something happened, I'm not sure what sparked it, but Juvenile and Lil Wayne started throwing shots back and forth. Juvenile claims in an interview that I read that he was trying to help Lil Wayne get out of his deal with Cash Money, and he was showing him the paperwork, but he said Lil Wayne needed to pay him to see it, and Lil Wayne never paid him. And I don't know, I know Lil Wayne took a shot at him on the Oh Boy freestyle, and then things kind of escalated, and Lil Wayne named his third album 500 Degrees, and apparently had a picture of Juvenile's hood on the album cover, as Juvenile will say in this song here. So Juvenile released the album 600 Degrees, and the final track on the album was called Aho. And it featured Skip of UTP, who I'm a big fan of Skip, and man, Skip really had some awesome verses in that UTP, the beginning of the end album. So Skip's gonna start this one out first, and the production, I'm not sure on the production. It sounds like a Juvenile on the beat. Juvenile made a lot of his own beats at this time, and he made some really decent beats. Nothing Manny Fresh style, but he really was a great producer in my opinion. So Skip starts this one out, and the whole song is at Lil Wayne. They don't take it easy on him. I honestly think Skip probably had the harder lines against Lil Wayne than Juvenile did. So Skip starts out, he says, "When y'all gonna learn we don't live like y'all? We can choose our time to go, but somebody gonna kill y'all. He tried to reach out but couldn't feel y'all. He was listening to what you say, but what you saying it wasn't real, dog. He could spit a verse and kill y'all. Did the people that buy your shit take the time to hear y'all? Probably not. They probably just listen to the tracks. I know you're gonna hate this one, but listen to the facts." So what he's saying about that is Lil Wayne has turned into an amazing lyricist. Remember, this is back in 2002. Now Lil Wayne is an elite lyricist. He was always a really good rapper, but basically what Skip was saying is Manny Fresh had such amazing production that they probably just listen to the beats. They're not even listening to what Lil Wayne has to say. And he's basically just saying how street he is compared to how Lil Wayne is. Basically calling Lil Wayne a phony, and he's not authentic. He's not really in the streets like Skip is. And he's gonna say how you gonna pull the nerve to start straight dissing rappers when you was on BET straight kissing rappers. Now everybody knew they were on BET, and Birdman and Lil Wayne kissed each other on the lips. That's what they say. They're like father and son. That's what they do it. It's kind of like the whole mob thing, and a lot of people have tried to use this against Lil Wayne, but as we all know, Lil Wayne's pretty invincible. Like, all the people that have ever tried to diss him have never really touched him or done any damage to his career that I could ever say. He just keeps getting better and better and better, but I'm a big Juvenile and Skip fan too. I love the diss records. Even if it's two people that I really enjoy both of them, I still like hearing a good battle on wax and competition. And this one's no different, and I really love this song because I felt like Juvenile, once he left Cash Money, wasn't getting in. He was kind of like forgotten the shuffle kind of thing, and I was just happy to see Juvenile come back straightened. So he was saying how they was straight kissing, and then Skip, he says, "I'm from Holly Grove, your background prissy loser, pissy loser, OBC, come and get me, loser." I don't know what OBC stands for. I don't know if that's like a group that Lil Wayne was in, or something to do with the area of the turf. So if you know what OBC stands for, please let me know. And then Skip says, "I was in the hood yesterday, had a talk with your uncle. He said, stay where you at, cause the hood don't want you." And I don't know if he really talked to Lil Wayne's uncle, but Skip was really in the streets at this time, where Lil Wayne was moving on to bigger forms of success, and he was really young when he first got blew up and was signed to Cash Money, so I can see that. Okay, and then he said they got a crew clipped up waiting just to pump you, and any one of them whips that you with when you come through. And then it goes into the hook with Juvenile and Skip, and it goes, "Aho, what kind of homie kiss another man? Aho, what kind of homie need a mama to hold his hand? Aho," because Lil Wayne's mama was very vocal at this time, especially because he was so young. And then Skip says, "What type of homie wear teardrops and ain't killed shit? Aho," saying he a drug lord and ain't dealed shit. Aho, uh-huh. And then Juvenile's got the second verse, and he says, "I smoke weed till my eyes look like Japanese. I sip daiquiris with a Nolia in the back of me. 400 and shit, ain't nothing coming after me. I read your bitch-ass statement you made in the magazine." So I'm not sure what magazine. I probably knew back in the day, as I had all those magazines, and he probably was doing some slip talking about saying something like how they didn't need Juvenile and Lil Wayne was the best anyway, something like that. I can't recall exactly what he was saying. And then Juvenile says, "You playing with me with my hood on your album cover? Real street brothers gonna know you fake as a motherfucker. And I'ma still be here after your company flops waiting for my fucking album to drop," because he just signed a deal with, I believe it was Atlantic Records at this time, and he was waiting on his album to drop. And I don't know if he's talking about Cash Money flopping or if Lil Wayne had started Young Money at this time. I'd have to go back. It's hard to find a lot of this stuff on the internet, as the internet wasn't popped back then as much, and trying to dig up dirt from 17 years ago, it's really hard to find out. So I'm sure there's people out there that are more in the know than me. One of my homies got fucked up and one in jail. Will they ever get this shit right? Time will tell. The only thing that called shots Wody is ours, and I ain't hearing no kind of communication from y'all. So, he's basically saying that maybe he reached out to them or something, and he's not hearing communication from them. Maybe he was trying to squash it and say, "What's up with you guys?" He helped make him. We all came up together, and now this seems like Juvenile was a little bit disappointed that this is the way it went, because I think he tried to like take the higher road, but then he could only take so much. And I'm sure people were in Lil Wayne's ear saying, "This is your time to break out as a solo artist. You need to stake the claim to being the best one out of the Hot Boys, being the best money rapper on Cash Money, and maybe taking shots at Juvenile would create some buzz for his upcoming album." So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too. And then he says, "UTP decides to be the finest in the business, and we climbing up the chart within." It says "with the dependents." I thought he said independence. The lyric site says dependence, but I'm sure he says independence because they were going independent route at that time. He says, "You feel it, you gotta be a deaf not to hear it, because I puts nothing but the truth in the lyrics." And then they go into the chorus, "Aho, what kind of homie kiss another man? What kind of homie need his mama to hold his hand? Aho, what type of homie need to wear teardrops and ain't kill shit? Saying he a drug lord and ain't deal shit." And then verse 3 is split between Skip and Juvenile. Skip starts first. He says he's talking about the streets and the places that Lil Wayne's claiming to be from, and Skip's claiming that he really is there on a daily basis. And he says, "Won't you come down Olive? Won't you come down Eagle? Won't you come down Claiborne where someone can see you? Just pass down Hamilton, anywhere in the Grove, and any one of them whips, we gon' fill it with holes. Remember the cats you ran with, Red and Bubba? They begged me to tell you fuck ya, so fuck ya." I love that line. And who knows if that's true or not. Like, rappers always love to exaggerate. Maybe he did run with some cats named Red and Bubba. Did they really beg him to say fuck ya? So fuck ya? I don't know, but it's a pretty awesome line by Skip there. "You disgraced your mother acting, you actress. Who's really your daddy, rabbit or actress?" I guess there was some stuff about that. I don't know the ins and outs of that, about who Lil Wayne's real dad is. But he's saying you disgraced your mother because you're acting like an actress, pretending to be something you're not. But I mean, Lil Wayne, whether how involved he was in that street shit, just like all rappers, that their friends, their family, everybody's into it. They grow up in that environment. Just because they didn't do anything specifically themselves, or maybe they did, still I feel they have the right to speak on it coming up in that environment. And then Juvenile's gonna finish it off, and he says, "You ain't never had a fight with all the marks on your face. I'm a grown man, stay in your place. So tell me now, why is the hate? I'm the reason you're straight, the reason why you and Lil Mo and them ate." So he's basically saying he made Lil Wayne, he helped him come up, he mentored him, he started featuring him on big, huge hit records. He put Cash Money on the map. I mean, with those beats by Manny Fresh, it was only a matter of time. But Juvenile was the breakout star from Cash Money, clearly at the beginning there. And so he be up in your hood too, homie. He don't see you. Don't you know you're killing your own people? You talk that Hollygrove shit. I don't believe you. 17 witness see me and you meet, or see you and me too. I don't know what he's saying. 17 witness see you and me too. So maybe he's saying like 17 people see me, and maybe that's not even what he says. It's hard to tell. Juvenile's got that really deep accent. He's saying 17 people seen him in the hood, but they didn't see you. And then they come in with the, what kind of homie kiss another man? What kind of homie need his mama to hold his hand? What kind of homie wear teardrops and ain't kill shit? And saying he a drug lord and ain't deal shit. So I just really like this. I was just happy because it had been a while since I heard anything new from Juvenile. I don't even know if I got the full 600 Degrees album. I think I got a couple of the tracks that were released somewhere on one of the sites, but I was really happy to hear this. I liked Lil Wayne too. I had both of his first albums, and I really enjoyed him and whatnot. I actually like old Lil Wayne better than I like new Lil Wayne. I know people are gonna go crazy on me for that, but I just was from the beginning, and I loved his hunger and just the stuff he was spitting and his flow back then. I still appreciate Lil Wayne now, but I was a really big Hot Boys fan. I loved all of them, so it kind of broke my heart to see them all going at each other, but it was also cool just to hear all new music and on different beats, and just, I don't know, I just really enjoyed this track. And this was the first song I'd ever heard from Skip, who I became a really big fan of as well. And I just suggest check this song out. It's, out of all the diss songs that are out there, this one never gets mentioned, and it's obviously not in the top 10 or any of those things like that, but it's a really good song, and it really takes some cold shots at Wayne, and really does a job here, and I was just really happy with it. So anybody that knows more details about the beat, obviously this is all in the past now. Juvenile and Lil Wayne have done songs and concerts together now. Birdman and Juvenile just did an album together. It's all in the past, but I like going through the history and looking at the past and bringing up songs that maybe weren't so mainstream. There was no video for, didn't get a lot of play, like that, like 600 Degrees. I don't believe it was sold in a lot of stores, like on a nationwide basis or internationally. So it probably didn't get a lot of people talking about it because not as many people knew about it. So that's why I'm trying to bring it up, and I'm not trying to like rehash an old beef. I'm just trying to look, to me, rap is a competition, and I like to look back at these kind of times and remember them, and remember who had some good bars. But I honestly feel like Skip threw a couple more haymakers than Juvenile did, just with some real cold lines in this. But I want to know what you think. Fill me in on more of the beef if you know more of it. And as always on my videos, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. Let's do another video. Keep checking. I got more coming in this way.